Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another session. This is the show Your Thriving Lifestyle. That's how I like calling these live sessions. And if you are listening to the recording, that's the name of my podcast, Your Thriving Lifestyle. My name is Emilio Jose Garcia, and I am so happy to have you here. If you are new, please say hi in the chat. I want to see who you are and where you are connecting from. And if you have been here before, thank you for coming back. So today's topic is gonna be about maintaining your sacred home using cleaning routines. Okay, this is a topic that for many of us is like, I don't want to clean my house. I don't like cleaning. But there is so much involved in that. There is so many things that you can do to maintain a home that makes you feel well. Okay, this is very important. Like you will find the standards that you want to maintain. You are going to find the communication that you need with others. And I am going to dive into many different ideas in this session. Okay, this session is out of my course, Creating Your Peaceful and Clutter-Free Home. This is a course that I have available on Inside Timer, uh, and I will share a link below if you are listening to the recording. Okay, but this course can be found on my profile. If you go to the course tab, you will see it there. Okay, so I see people connecting from Houston, from Canada, from North Carolina. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate your presence as always. Okay. No, today, Amy, I don't have a rain stick, but I have my singing bowl, okay? Because I'm not at the studio. So Samantha's studio is up the street of from where we live, and the rain stick is there, so I don't have it at home. But I have a singing bowl, okay? So today, this is what I have planned. We're gonna start with a little intentional practice to ease into this session, just to bring a little bit of silence and presence and to help you transition into this session. Okay, then after I'm gonna share with you some ideas, and I'm gonna open up a little bit of comments from you to see if there is anything that you are doing that works well, any challenges, any questions you may have. And then I would like to close this session with a practice that we can do together, where I'm gonna guide you through all these ideas and to help you integrate them into your life. So I will invite you to have a journal, a notebook, pen and paper, something so that you can write any ideas that you resonate with, any ideas that you feel inspired by, anything that you read in the comments, anything that I say, anything that may come into your head while you are listening to this. And I will invite you to share it in the comments if you come up with an idea that I'm not sharing or no one else shared about, because this is something that we can all learn from each other. But that way you will have something to look at and something to help you integrate these ideas in your day-to-day life. Okay, so let's start by, I'm gonna play my singing bowl, and I will invite you to get comfortable. If you can, close your eyes, allow yourself to take a couple of deep breaths, and then keep breathing at a pace that feels good to you. Okay, and just enjoy the singing bowl. Remind yourself why you decided to be here now. Just remind yourself, I am here because I want to learn, I want to connect, I want to, whatever that is for you, just connect with that intention. I invite you to leave behind for this time any other worries that you may have, any other things you have to do. If you have that piece of paper or journal beside you, if there is anything bugging you, just write it down and then let it go. You can get to it after, and allow yourself this time to be with yourself, to learn, to enjoy this session, because you decided to be here for a reason. And I am very happy to have you here. And I will invite you to think about a couple things that you are grateful for. Yes. Scan your last 24 hours, last 48 hours, even the last week if you want, and just see what experience comes back to you. Something that you are grateful about, something that you are happy about, something that you are excited about, something that evoked a nice emotion in you. Could be an experience, a joke, something that someone did that made you laugh, can be something that you did and you are proud of. Just connect with at least a couple of things or 3 things, and just connect with how you felt. Just allow yourself to enjoy that feeling again. Gratefulness is such a powerful feeling. I'm happy to share 2 things from my side. I'm really happy because I received my Canadian passport yesterday. That has been a 10-year process for me. So I am very grateful to have that document that allows me to travel, allows me to be in this country for as long as I want. I can vote. And it also reminds me of my power to take decisions, take action. And I did all the process by myself, fill out all the forms by myself. And I am proud of myself for being able to do that. So that's one thing. And the other thing, I am really grateful because I can now go inside my daughter's school. Before we couldn't. And now I can go inside the classroom. I can help her get undressed. I can even read a story and stay for as long as I want. And she's so happy, and I am so happy, and that's something that hasn't been a reality for the last 2 years. So those are my 2 things that I'm grateful for. So just think of 2 or 3. They can be very simple ones, like I'm also very grateful for the sunshine today. I can feel it coming into the living room through the window, and I really love the sun. It's just such a nice energy, and I like the brightness of it. Okay, so come back when you can, open your eyes, come back to the session. I hope that this practice helps you tap into that gratefulness, be more present for yourself, and just notice what's going on in your life. It's nice sometimes to check in with ourselves. So let's jump into the session. Okay, today I feel inspired to talk about this topic because this is something that is a reality for all of us. We all live somewhere. We all have a house, a room, a trailer. Even if you are a nomad, you still have a backpack and you still sleep somewhere. Maybe you sleep in a park, in a tent. Maybe you do couch surfing, house sitting. Maybe you live in a car, in a van. It doesn't matter. We all have to somehow keep our environment clean to a point that we feel comfortable in that environment. Okay? So one of the things that come for me is always intention. Okay? How can we bring intention to this area of cleaning? That for some people, cleaning is a chore. Cleaning is something boring. Cleaning is something that they don't want to do. But when you become intentional about why am I cleaning? What are the benefits of me creating routines to keep my life and my home in order so that I feel better? There are many benefits that you can explore. and you can remind yourself of, that will help you be more intentional. So the first thing is to create the standards that you want. So what does clean mean to you? And then apply that concept to every space in your home. If you have a home or a car or a van or a trailer, it doesn't matter where you live. You are going to apply the same concept there. When I was a nomad for 2 years and I only had my backpack, I applied some cleanliness in my backpack. And I had some routines every time I enter a new space to sleep in for the next night. I had some routines to keep that space clean, organized to a point that made me feel comfortable. So you can do the same with your home, with your space, with your office, with your garage, with your closet, with your kitchen, with your fridge, okay, with your garbage, whatever that is. And then think about, what does clean mean to me? What are the standards that I'm looking for? And then you get to decide that. If there are several people involved, communication is key. You have to communicate. And you need to understand each other's standards. Because if you don't, frustration is going to show up. Okay? For example, very simple example. Let's say that you live with your partner and you both cook in the kitchen. You both participate in cooking, okay? Maybe you alternate, or maybe one day each, or maybe 1 week each, or maybe it's just random, but you both use the kitchen. Imagine that for one person, the standard, how they feel comfortable cooking is, I need to have the counters empty. I need to have a kitchen that is ready for me to show up and be able to cook, okay? And that's my personal case. I enjoy stepping into a kitchen where I don't have to move things around. I can just start cooking when I feel like it. I grab my cutting board, the vegetables from the fridge, and then I start chopping, and I have counter space available. Everything is clean and put away, and I don't have to worry about doing that work, okay? Imagine that I live with another person, that person doesn't care about that. They cook and they leave everything behind, and they don't clean after themselves. Some people are able to do that and it doesn't bother them. But if that bothers me, I will feel frustration, okay? And maybe I will stop cooking. And then that me stopping cooking will create frustration in the other person. And then there is going to be some tension here, okay? So that's an example of an opportunity for communication, an opportunity to do an imago dialogue, or to somehow communicate, what do I need to feel well? What do I need to be able to cook? What do I need to feel excited about entering the kitchen? What do you need? What are your standards? And then compromising and finding that happy balance, okay? So ways of doing this generally in the home is by creating a love and hate list. And this is something that it really helped Samantha and me, Samantha is my wife, really understand, what do you love doing? What do I love doing? What do you hate doing? What do I hate doing? And what are you neutral about? And what am I neutral about? Okay? So we created that list, and it was funny to see how some of the things just automatically worked out. Like garbage. I like doing garbage. I don't mind at all. Samantha hates doing garbage. So that was my task. Samantha loves vacuuming. I don't love vacuuming. I hate it. I can do it, sure, but it's not something that I'm looking forward to doing. But she loves doing it, so she does the vacuuming. And then laundry, we both don't want to do it. So we have to alternate. Cooking, we have to alternate. Emptying the dishwasher, we have to alternate. Okay, so we came up with the list, and then all of a sudden we figured out what I liked, what she hated, what I hated. And then it was easier for us to then communicate about the things that they need to get done, but we don't want to do them. So then we come up with a compromise, okay? So that's a way that understanding what you like, what you need, understanding your own standards of how things need to look like for you to feel comfortable, and then communicating that with the other person, okay? Something that I find in some families when I help them declutter and organize is that some of the families, some people are very OCD, okay, very obsessive compulsive. Let's say they take the cleaning to the extreme, and for them they need everything perfect, everything spotless, everything, and they have such high standards and the other family members, they don't need that. Okay? So what happens in that case? When that happens, communication needs to happen. And you need to address what are the real needs here that are achievable and realistic, and what are the needs that can be compromised from both sides, okay? And then how can you get together to a center line? Because I know a couple, for example, that she needs everything such a specific way that helping her is very difficult because it's never done right. She has very all these routines on how things need to be done a specific way, and instead of thinking of the outcome of my outcome is this one, she has a whole way of how to do things. And I also have a male friend that is the same. So helping that person is very difficult, and that person gets frustrated very easily if things are not the way they want them to be. So when they live with someone that doesn't need that, they get frustrated very easily. So that's another great opportunity for communication, and it needs to happen. Okay? So another topic that I want to share here is that before you create cleaning routines, it's very important that your house is decluttered and organized. Okay? If your house is not decluttered and organized, cleaning is going to be way more difficult. If things are laying down everywhere, cleaning is going to be very difficult. If you don't know where to place things back, if you don't have permanent homes for every item, it's going to be very difficult for you to tidy up because you don't know how to tidy up, right? And if you don't know how to tidy up and you have children or you have a partner or you live with someone else, then how are you able to model that for them? They will never learn from you because you are not doing it yourself. So this is something that is very important. Whatever you do, you have to model it first. So that's why many times people hire us because they are trying to hire a cleaner, but the cleaner goes to their home and the cleaner says, I am not able to clean your house yet. You have to declutter and organize. And once everything is away and everything is put in its place, that's when I can dust, I can sweep, I can mop, and I can do those things. So many times we go to put order first. So this is something that you want to think about. If you are trying to keep your kitchen clean, for example, but you don't have permanent homes for your plates, you don't have permanent homes for your cups, you don't do the dishes, everything is everywhere, the counter is full of things, how are you supposed to clean? So then you have to really think about, what do I need here? What do I need to feel comfortable? And if you don't have any frustrations, you live alone and that's the way you do things and it's working for you, then maybe you don't have to do anything, okay? If you feel frustrations, then start there. What is your frustration? What is your desired outcome? Do you need clear countertops? Do you need, what is it? You get to name that. And then that will be your standard. And then every week, every day, every month, you will hold yourself accountable to that standard. That's what makes you feel well. Okay? So that's something also that you can do with couples. For example, with my wife, something that we have done about the kitchen is like we rotate. One day she cooks and she does the dishes, and the other day I cook and I do the dishes. Okay? So the way for us, our standard is at the end of the day, we will make sure that the kitchen is, everything is put away, everything is washed or in the dishwasher, and then the counters are wiped and the counters are ready for the next day. Okay? So that's our standard. So how that happens, I don't care. Because I am the kind of person that I cook, I do stuff, and I put stuff right away very quickly, but my wife leaves things a little bit behind, and that's fine. So if you have different ways of doing things, it doesn't matter. Our standard is at the end of the day, that needs to happen. That's our compromise, okay? For the dishwasher, for example, we have a magnet system because we do it one time each. So we came up with a visual reminder of who did the dishwasher, who emptied the dishwasher last. So if the magnet is this color, the red one, okay, that means that my wife did it last. So I have to do it. I will empty the dishwasher and then I will switch the magnets around and I will put the blue magnet on top. Okay, so I have two round magnets. One is blue and the other one is red, kind of reddish. Okay, so whoever does the dishwasher last, they will put the magnet on the top. So now my wife knows that the next time is her turn. So that's how we do the dishwasher, to make sure that it's equal. Because if not, you know what happens? Resentment appears. I did it the last 3 times and you are dropping the ball and I don't feel well and it's not fair, blah, blah, blah. So to avoid that, we have a very clear system. Okay? You may not need this specific system, but find something that both people feel comfortable doing. Our daughter is still very small, but when she grows up enough, we will add another magnet, and then it will be her turn to do it when she can reach things, right? But now she's helping us do the calorie. She knows where things belong. Today she was climbing on the counter and grabbing her mug, so she knows where things are, but she's still very little to do it. Okay, so that's another idea for you to explore. Okay, so what else? Then once that communication happens, once you bring intention to your cleaning routines and you start setting standards that feel good to you, that's when you will start actually taking action and then deciding, okay, I am going to dust once a week. I am going to do the dishes maybe every day. I am going to clean the fridge once a month. I am going to put the garbage out once a week, etc., etc., etc. I'm going to clean the bathroom. Maybe once a week is good for me. Maybe once a month is good for me. Maybe once a day is good for me. So you get to name that and you get to do it the way it feels good to you. Same with laundry. Same with anything that needs to happen in your home to maintain order and to maintain cleanliness. Okay? So once you have that intention, once you have set the expectations, once you have communicated with other people, if you live with your family or with flatmates, stuff like that, and then once you have created those routines, then it's just time to maintain. That's all, right? When you are maintaining, then you will feel comfortable and you can adjust these routines as you need. Let's talk about cleaning and cleaning supplies, because this is something that when I help people declutter, especially their kitchen, bathrooms, and closets where they keep all their cleaning supplies, so many times I feel that people are overwhelmed with the amount of cleaning supplies that they have. And they don't clean because they don't even know where to get started. They have so many things. And they believe that they need this for the floor, and this for the windows, and this is for the bathroom, and this is for the kitchen, and commercially speaking, you can go to the grocery store, to the hardware store, and you can find one product for every single space in your home if you really wanted to. I will invite you to think about, do you really need that? And I want to share a very simplistic way of cleaning that is very efficient, it's very simple, it's very inexpensive, it will take almost no space, it's not toxic, and anyone can do it, okay? And this is very simple. It's water with white vinegar. That's it. That's what you need. White vinegar, it's a really good cleaning supply. It's easily available, it's very inexpensive, it's not toxic, and it will disinfect everything. If you have something that is even a bit scary to clean, it's a little bit dirty, or you need some sort of abrasive to clean stuff, then add baking soda to it. Okay? So baking soda, white vinegar, and water will clean everything in your home with no problem. If you want to add some smell, you can add some essential oil drops. Okay? So this is a spray water bottle that we use for cleaning. Okay? So it's like a liter of, you can fit 1 liter of water here. And then we use this to spray, and then we have a cloth that we clean with. And then we put this cloth to wash when it's used, right? So this water normally has a little bit of white vinegar and then water. And then this one has some essential oil drops. I'm not sure which one. I think it's lavender, okay? And then I will suggest, guys, there is so much information about cleaning with white vinegar, baking soda, and water and essential oils out there in the internet. I did a quick search when I was creating the course just to see what's available. And it's amazing to see how many homemade solutions are out there that you can research. So guys, if you need to do something, clean the tap, clean the sink, do dishes, mop the floors, wash the walls, whatever it is, if you go to Google and you search how to clean X, with white vinegar, baking soda, and water. You will find recipes, you will find quantities, you will find whatever you need to do that. And the only thing that you need is white vinegar, water, and baking soda. That's it. Essential oils are optional. They are just for smell. Okay? So that's how simple it is. So when people have problems with physical clutter and they have 1,000 supplies and they are overwhelmed, I always recommend them, like, why don't you try using this system? Just use this to clean everything in your home. And then if you miss something, you can always use that product. But if you are overwhelmed, this will do. This is what you need. And it's very simple and it doesn't take almost any space. Okay? Will it keep mold from shower? Yeah, Amy, it will keep mold away from showers. And if you have mold, then you will use baking soda with a little bit of vinegar. You will make like a paste and you will apply that to the surfaces and that will remove that too. Again, if you type on Google, and I actually saw that one, mold, how to remove mold from shower with baking soda and white vinegar, and you will see a lot of remedies. Okay, you can use this also to spray the air. Like if the air is smelly, if you have cooked something fried, if someone came with perfume and you don't like it, you can just mist all the room with this water with white vinegar, and then it will remove all the smell from the room. You can also boil water with white vinegar and it will do the same thing. Okay, so these are just some examples of how simple cleaning can be, how inexpensive cleaning can be, how non-toxic and how zero waste cleaning can be. So now you have your routines, you have your intention, you have your expectations about how things need to look like for you and your needs. Okay, you have communicated clearly with other people, and then you have the supplies that you need. So now the only thing that you have to do is maintain. Okay, so guys, is there anything that you use cleaning wise to keep your home that you love doing, that is working really well for you? Is bleach toxic for deep stain removal? Amy, bleach, of course, bleach is toxic. You don't want bleach to be around kids, right? Is it efficient to clean? Absolutely. Do you need it more than white vinegar and water? Again, do the test. Clean the same thing with both products and then you will notice the difference. My wife was a professional cleaner for like a few years before we started this business, and she only used those supplies. And people loved that because they always were asking for, I want you to use non-toxical products, blah, blah, blah. And then she said, I use white vinegar, baking soda, and water. That's what I do. And everybody was super happy with how clean things were. And then she always asked, is there a specific essence that you like? And then they will say orange or lavender or mint or whatever. And then she will add a couple of essential oil drops to the water. You can add as many as you want, but a few is normally enough. And then you will find your own recipe, and then you will find really well using that to clean. Okay? Yeah, so people say, I love vinegar and soda for cleaning. I even use it for my sink and oven. Lemon juice works too, great in the kitchen for cutting boards. Yeah, lemon works really well because it's very acidic. Okay? But white vinegar works really well and it's way less expensive. Here, at least, lemons are very expensive. But yeah, of course, lemon works really well because it's very, very acidic too. Okay? My husband thinks it makes the house smells bad when I use vinegar. Yeah, Diana, you don't have to use a lot of vinegar. That's the thing. Like, you don't need to use just vinegar. So sometimes you can clean and it doesn't have to smell a lot. And vinegar is going to evaporate very quickly. So you can clean stuff with white vinegar and water, and then it will evaporate the smell. It won't stay there. Okay? So maybe you are using too much white vinegar and it doesn't have to be that way. Maybe you can change the proportion. Okay? Yeah, and then so my friend got extra concentrated vinaigrette. It really cleans. Yeah, guys, I will invite you to explore these ideas and then see how you feel. And again, this is not something that you must do, but this is something that solves the problem of making cleaning more easy, making cleaning more affordable, and making cleaning supplies take way less space. So many times when people live in very small spaces, sometimes, guys, I open the cupboard and there is a whole cupboard full of cleaning supplies. And when I start asking them, oh, this is to clean the glass, oh, this is for the floors, oh, this is for my sink in the bathroom, oh, this is for the oven, this is for my sink in the kitchen, and they have one single product for every surface in their home. You can use it. Yes, you can do that if you want to, but if you are suffering from having too much, if you don't have the space, then maybe simplifying what you use can help. Okay? Does the essential oil leave a film? Becca, it's very little. So for this water bottle, for example, maybe you put in, I don't know, 5 to 10 drops, maybe, and that will be enough. And then the concentration of essential oil is so little that I don't notice a film on things. I don't. But again, you can always start with 1 or 2 drops, test it, see how it feels, see if you enjoy that smell. If you want more smell, you can add more, and then you will figure out very quickly what your recipe is. Okay? Yeah, and again, you guys are asking, how do I remove white stains from white furniture? Like, anytime that you are running into a very specific issue, guys, I will recommend, that's what I do. I go to Google or to YouTube and I will put how to remove stains from white furniture. And if you want to take it even deeper, with white vinegar and baking soda. And then you will find someone sharing a recipe, sharing a remedy, a video on YouTube of someone showing you how to do it. And then you just give it a try. Okay? Yeah, so I love, guys, that you are sharing so many other strategies. That's amazing. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. Like, I cannot read them all because there are so many. But yeah, again, like, you guys get inspired by each other's solutions that you have. And again, take all these ideas with curiosity, with an open mind, give them a try, test them. And if you enjoy them, use them. And if you don't, just don't. Okay? And always create something that you feel comfortable doing. If you really enjoy having one product for each thing, you do have the space and you actually use them and you are not frustrated by it, then maybe you don't have to change anything. Okay? If you are wondering, oh, maybe I should spend less money in these products, or maybe I'm concerned what happens with these products when they are put into the environment, or what happens if my kids access to these bottles. If you have any of those concerns, maybe using these more simple clean supplies can be helpful for your situation. Okay? Again, there is not a right or wrong solution for everybody. Okay? Yeah, so I talk about all these things. If you have kids, it's really important to involve them in the process. Okay? It's really important to involve them in the process from as little as you can. My daughter is 3 years old, and we started exposing her to these ideas since she was walking and kind of doing stuff by herself. So she understands that we do laundry. She understands that we have to fold things. She has 3 little bits for her pants, her shirt. She does the dishwasher. She empties the cutlery and puts the forks with the forks, the knives with the knives. We make hot chocolates in the morning and she knows where things are and she puts things back. This is another thing. Putting things back is really important. This is part of an executive functioning skill that is called transitioning. Okay? When you are transitioning from task to task, it's very important to allow for transition time. And that transition time should include putting away the things that you have used. This applies for cooking. This applies for doing crafts. If you paint, if you sew, if you do whatever you do, when you finish that activity and you are ready to transition into doing something different, it's important for you to tidy up and put things where they belong. For example, if I go to the kitchen and I am going to make myself a coffee, part of my coffee time and transitioning time to making a coffee and to coming out of the kitchen and coming back to work or sitting down to read my book, it's I make my coffee and then I put the coffee away, I put the sugar away, and then I clean the coffee maker. I have one of these espresso things that I have to actually dump the used coffee in the compost, and then I wipe that coffee machine because it has water. So that's part of the process of making a coffee. Okay, if you don't have that kind of coffee machine, maybe you use French press, maybe you use etc. So just have a routine that you put things back. Same with hobbies. If you have hobbies and you are using the living room table, for example, and you are watercolor painting or whatever you are doing, or you are doing photo scrapping, a book or whatever you are doing, and then you want to transition into having dinner, and then you are going to need that table to sit on to have dinner with your family. Part of that transition time and part of that cleaning routine that you need to maintain your home is to put things away. Okay, and then putting things away is something important. If you don't have a system to do that, then you won't be able to put things away because you don't know where to put them. And that's a part of the decluttering and organizing process that I teach you in the course, that I have covered in other sessions too. Okay? So always remember that transitioning from task to task involves tidying up and putting things back where they belong and leaving the space ready for the next time. Okay? How do you encourage kids to do this? Yeah, by showing them, by modeling. Guys, kids are really smart. Kids are really interested in being a part of your life. Kids are like monkeys. They will do what you do. If I brush my teeth with my electric toothbrush, they want to have an electric toothbrush. If I am flossing my teeth, she wants to floss her teeth. If I am putting the laundry away, she wants to help me put the laundry away. Okay, so start modeling for them and start explaining what you are doing. Start explaining why you are doing that. This morning, she wanted a hot chocolate, and I said, okay, you come to the kitchen with me. I sat her on the counter. Okay, Eva, what do we need to make a hot chocolate? And I just waited. And then she said, we need the hot chocolate that is here. So she brought we need a cup. So she grabbed her cup. And now what do we need, Eva? We need the hot water. So we have to put the kettle on. Okay, we put the kettle on. Anything else? No. Okay, so do it. Oh no, we need a spoon. So she went and grabbed a spoon. And then she made her own hot chocolate. And then when she was done, said, Eva, before you drink that, what are we supposed to do now? Oh, we have to put things away. So she put the hot chocolate there, the spoon in the sink to be washed, and then the mug, when she's done, she puts it in the sink. Okay, so that's how you start teaching them how to do things. Okay, you have to model it for them. When she's playing with toys, the transition time from play time to maybe watching a movie, from maybe playing outside, from maybe having dinner, or from maybe going to bed, it's we need to put the toys away. How do we do? Papi's gonna help you. And then there is a recipe that I always show you. I always share with you guys how to show someone how to do something. The first time you do it and they will see you. Okay? The first time you do it and they will see you. The second time you do it together. Okay? You do it together. The third time they do it and you support them when they ask. You are patient, you don't interrupt, and you let them do it at their own pace in the order that they feel they have to do it. And you let them fail, you let them expose themselves to whatever they need to go through, and when they ask for help, you are there. Okay? And the fourth time, they will do it properly, and you are going to be there just watching. And then they will just be able to do it alone. You can do that for adults too. This is not only for kids, this is for everybody. How beautiful it will be if you always have that opportunity, right? To learn that way. Okay? So that's how you can model it. You have to show them first. You have to do it yourself. And then they will do what you do because they are seeing you do it. Okay? So that's how you encourage them to be a part of that. When they grow older and they choose not to do it because they want to do something else, then there are other strategies that will come into play. Okay? That I am not still there. So I will tell you how it goes because I know it's going to get harder. But again, I'm doing my best, and just do your best. That's the best you can do. Just do your best. Okay? Yeah, and then the last thing that I want to share before doing the practice is I want you to start batching things together. What does that mean? Since I live by myself, I hated the idea of I work all the week, And then the weekends are, I need to go grocery shopping, I need to clean my house, I need to cook, and I need to get ready for the next week. When I was listening to that concept, I hated it. And I was thinking to myself, I don't want to do that. I want my weekend to be fun. I want to have time to go hiking, to go rollerblading, to watch movies, and to do fun stuff. I don't want my weekend to be a weekend just to do chores. Okay? So I started to become proactive and think, how can I get what I need to get done during the week so that I can have my weekends off? That was my desired outcome at that time. So I started to batch things together, meaning like I would clean the house while I was doing laundry, while I had something in the stove cooking or in the oven, while I was folding clothes. So I will try to batch everything as much as I could to be as efficient as I could. That's what I felt like doing. You don't have to do this if you are not bothered by it, but I don't want to spend my free time cleaning and doing chores. So batching things together is really helpful, and we do that all the time. We put the laundry while we cook, while we're watching a movie, so that we can fold it at the same time. And then we also try to make these chores fun by listening to content, by listening to watching a show, by doing something fun at the same time. Okay? So, guys, take all these ideas and then pick the ones that you resonated with. Okay? Write down the ones that you are willing to give them a try, the ones that you feel inspired to try. Okay? Okay, so we have 4 minutes left. Let's do the practice that I promised you guys before we go. I would like you to get in a comfortable position. Drink some water like I'm doing if you need to. Okay. Close your eyes if you can. Just notice how your breath is going, and make sure that you feel comfortable with your pace, with your breathing pace. And just inhale and exhale a bit longer if you can. And I want you to connect with the ideas that you learned today in this session. I want you to notice the things that you reacted to. Just notice the things that you reacted to. Maybe some things were inspiring and exciting and you felt uplifted. And you felt like, I really want to give that a try. So make sure that you write those down so that you can remind yourself to integrate them in your life, to test them with no expectations, okay? Let go of perfectionism and expectations. Just give them a try. They don't have to work. They don't have to be a specific way. And you don't have to do them. Just give them a try and see how they feel. I also want you to notice the things that you reacted to. Like, wow, I will never do that. Oh, that idea was stupid. When you notice yourself reacting to something strongly, I will invite you to stop and pay attention to that. Why do you have such a strong opinion on that? Why do you have such resistance about that? Because if you feel neutral, it's not something that you resonated with, and you don't have any judgments about it, it's fine. It's just not something for you, most likely. It's not the right thing for you right now. But I can tell you that if you found yourself reacting, I will invite you to explore why is that there? What do you need to learn from that? Do you need to work on actually doing that thing? and see what happens. This happened to me once. Samantha said, Emilio, why don't we leave the kitchen dirty until the morning and we clean it up in the morning? And my reaction was, what are you talking about? I will never do that. And then I realized, like, wow, Emilio, you have some work to do here. Why is this bothering you so much? So I forced myself to actually do it. And now sometimes I just do that. I say, Emilio, you are not cleaning the kitchen today. You are just gonna leave the mess until tomorrow, and you will do it in the morning. And that's a good thing to do sometimes to get ourselves out of our strict routine. Okay? This is a great way for us to work on our adaptable thinking, also called flexible cognitivity, I think it's called. It's forcing yourself to doing things in a different way. So I just invite you to just bring presence to those reactions and really notice why they are there. And really get uncomfortable and do that thing just because you want to. Just because your strict routine is not going to rule your life. You rule your life. And sometimes you have to remind your mind and your body, like, no, you are not in charge. I am in charge. And today you are not cleaning the kitchen. And you have to live with that discomfort feeling. And you have to stare at that kitchen and say, oh my God, it's so dirty, but I'm not going to do it until tomorrow. And for me, it was the kitchen and many other things. For you, it will be, you know what those things are. Okay, you will find them throughout the day. Maybe you found them during this talk, something that really made you feel resistance or maybe made you react. Okay? So I invite you to do that. And then I invite you to integrate these ideas in your day-to-day. Like, what does clean mean to you? How do you need your space to look like to feel comfortable? If you live with someone else, what do they need? Have you taken the time to have intentional and respectful conversations about that? Have you decided together what the happy balance looks like? Have you created the love and hate list of things that you love doing, things that you hate doing, and vice versa, so that you become aware and maybe you can start stopping doing things that you hate because the other person loves them, or maybe you find a way to alternate them, or maybe you delegate them. Maybe you have the means to hire someone to do those things, and all of a sudden all those problems are gone. And then have you created then those routines that you feel inspired to follow on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, so that you keep your house tidy and organized? And finally, have you thought of the idea of making these chores more efficient? Making these chores take less of your time and energy by batching them, by doing them at the same time. Just think about these ideas, these concepts, and allow yourself the time and space to explore the ones that you feel inspired to. And if you need help and support decluttering and organizing and getting your home to a point where you are then able to maintain and clean, I just want you to know that you have access to me. You can take my course. You can book a one-on-one if you want. You can listen to my recordings. There is a lot of content out there to help you make progress, okay? At a pace that feels good to you. So to end this practice, I will invite you to write down what is the next action for you. What is it? Is it exploring an idea? Is it putting in the calendar something so that you remember to start doing it? Is it allowing yourself a little bit of time to think about how to make your cleaning more efficient and how to batch these things together and where to include them in your ideal week? Is it maybe to set time aside with people you live with so that you can have a conversation and you can understand each other's needs and wants more? Just want you to live with a clear next step. Okay? If you want to share what that next step is in the chat, I would love reading some of them. I would really love that. And this will be the end of the practice. So feel free to come back, open your eyes. So Flora says, next step is to create a routine. Conversation with my 3 teenagers. Good luck with that. I hope it goes well. This was helpful. Thank you. You are most welcome. Me too. I really need a routine. Making a mixture of white vinegar and baking soda to clean. Amazing. So trying that cleaning supplies. Maybe stop cleaning, Beth. Amazing. So maybe you are over cleaning and you have to just clean less. That's amazing. And maybe that's the truth for some here. Not doing all the chores on the weekend. So maybe be more proactive and finding the time during the week to be more efficient and then freeing up time in the weekend to do more of what you love. That sounds really inspiring to me, to be honest. That was one of the reasons why I became so efficient, because I really wanted to have that time to do fun activities. So I did whatever it took to be efficient at the rest. So if that's a motivation for you, that's a great one. Yeah. Same thing applies here. Emilio, I would love to learn more about the environment, how to compost, what is the most efficient use of energy, an Instapot, an oven, a microwave. Yeah, so to answer that question, Amy, composting is basically taking all the organic scraps and then putting them in outside, connected with the land, with the soil, and then you leave them normally for up to a year, and then it becomes compost. So you have to watch moisture, you have to watch the mixture of organic kitchen scraps with maybe some other brown things, they call them, like can be like grass or leaves, paper, shredding paper works, soda, stuff like that, so that the mixture is the right one. There are a lot of information out there about composting that you can explore and many how to follow. But we compost here. We have a garden. Right now we have 4 composters. They are kind of like black bins that we put the stuff in there, and then once a year or once every couple of years we use that compost for the garden. Okay, and then how to use energy more efficiently. In our case, for example, we pay more for hydro before 7 p.m. for example, during the week. So weekends and after 7 p.m. is cheaper electricity wise. So that's when we try to make the big cooking if we can. Sometimes we can, and that's fine. And then cooking quantity always is more efficient. So if we make a soup, we don't make 2 portions of a soup. We make a big soup, because the time required for you to grocery shop, to prep, to be there at the stove or at the oven cooking that, it's gonna be pretty similar cooking one portion or cooking 10 portions. It's gonna be very similar at that time, and the logistics. So I will invite you to explore the idea of batch cooking more quantity so that you can have more portions, and then we freeze them. We invested in a standing up freezer, and then we have a lot of freezing space because we know that we batch cook a lot. So in your situation, you need to be aware of how much space do you have to store those things, and then just cook accordingly. Okay. Yeah, so you meant a full live session on cleaning. Okay, Amy, I can explore the idea of having a full session about that. Uh, Amazing. Okay, guys, thank you so much for being here today. I hope that this session was inspiring. I hope that you feel inspired to clean and to find your cleaning flow and a way to keep your home in a way that feels good to you. Because at the end of the day, this is all about helping you feel better with yourself. And you get to decide how that looks like. Okay? So I hope that you can start integrating some of these ideas in your day-to-day life. And I will see you next week because today is Thursday. So I will see you on Tuesday next week. Okay? Amazing, guys. Thank you so much for being here. And I hope you have an amazing rest of your day and an amazing weekend.